So problem 15 asks us to use a calculator to do this problem, and we're going to do that. But we notice first that this is the same thing as the log base 10 of 1,000. If there is no base on a logarithm, it's always base 10. And this is the power that you would raise 10 to get 1,000, and that is going to be 3. So calculator or not, this equals 3. Now the question is how best to use a calculator. Well, I could get versions of different calculators on my computer and show them to you, but I'd like to show you something else. If you Google Desmos, you not only get the graphing calculator, but you get some other things too. Let's try looking at the scientific calculator. We're kind of familiar with how Desmos works, and so here we have a fairly nice scientific calculator, and it doesn't seem to have a logarithm anywhere. So we could look at ABC, that's just kind of a keyboard. We look at functions, and there, lo and behold, we have a logarithm. So let's try logarithm. Let's try logarithm of 1,000 and see what happens. So where do we get our 1,000 from? And notice the answer is showing up right over here. The answer is 3. And so that's a pretty nice little piece of software. It's easy for me to show you, and it's easy for you to look at, and it's easy for you to use, and you might want to play with this just a little bit. It's pretty convenient. Here we're asked to use a calculator again. Note that the ln is called the natural log. It's natural in the sense that when you take calculus, it makes the formulas easier to learn. The natural logs are kind of a calculus student's friend, but here we can understand that it means the log base e, where e is that kind of pi-like number that starts out 2.7, etc., etc., etc. The log base e of logarithm base e of 0.0062. So without further ado, let's go over to Desmos, the scientific calculator, and we need to erase, and we need the natural log of 0.0062. Put in a comma instead of a decimal point, and that didn't work out very well, but notice it's telling me the answer is about, and I got to round it off somewhere, so I'm going to call it negative 5.083. Negative 5.083. 5.083. And we're done. We're supposed to graph this function, sketch the graph, and so I'm putting in some x values. I'm choosing small, easy to graph x values, and then I'm substituting in the x into the function, and then I'm using a calculator to calculate these results to not very many decimal places. So when x is 0, we're finding out that we get -1. And when x is 1, we're finding out that we get 0.7. And when x is 2, we find out that we get 3, 4, 5, we get 5. So this is looking like exponential growth, and it's an exponential function, so that makes kind of sense. This number e, after all, is just a little bit more than 2, so it's kind of like 2 to the x minus 2 from a previous section. And now we kind of expect this to flatten out a little bit somehow, because that's what exponential functions do. So when we put in x equals -1, we get -1.6, which is somewhere like here. And when x is -2, we get -1.8, which is somewhere like here. And I see evidence that it's flattening out, and in fact, if x becomes -1,000,000 or -1,000,000,000 or -1,000,000,000,000, this little term just gets pretty close to 0, but not quite 0. It never touches 0. So this function is going to get close to -2. And so that's going to be our function, and it looks like an exponential function. And let's see what Desmos has to say. Desmos has to say about exactly what we thought it would have to say. So we're done. Good job. We're asked to graph this function using a graphing calculator, and the idea is it's going to look a little bit like an exponential function. More specifically, we're going to find out here pretty shortly that the natural logarithms are really truly inverses of exponential functions. So it's going to look like an exponential function flipped over or symmetric with respect to the line y equals x. So let's graph this thing. When we put in x equals -1, 0, and 1, we just don't get anything. It's just undefined. There's nothing. But at x equals 2, we get 0. All right? So that's kind of interesting. We're not sure what it means, but it means something. So let's keep going. When x is 3, we get about 0.7. When x is 4, we get about 1.1. When x is 5, we get about 1.5. So this looks like it's climbing pretty steeply this way, but generally on the other side of things, exponential functions flatten out, and we know it can't get here. So a kind of natural thing to assume is it's going to do that. It's going to get closer and closer and closer to this vertical line, x equals 1, but never quite touch it. So it does look kind of like an exponential function, where the exponential function could have looked something like this, and then this is the line y equals x, and then this is our logarithmic function. So let's go and check and see if this makes any sense at all over in Desmos. Yeah, it looks like in Desmos. Maybe I'll expand this a little bit, zoom in. You can see it's approaching 1, but never quite getting close to 1 here, and it just kind of goes really steeply. If you think about this sideways, it's getting flatter and flatter.